Hey, okay, so I'm getting this started a little bit late because I'm outside taking you on my journey today, and a car alarm went off right as I was, and then the car alarm went off, and then I'm trying to find a way to get away from it, so you can probably hear it in the background, and I don't have my microphone with me. Oh, it's just chaos. So, hi Doug. So today, okay, you're shot. I've got a little doggy park behind me, which is kind of cool. I'm out and about today, but I wanted to make sure that we addressed your questions, and we talked a little bit, making sure I'm not bothering anyone around me, that we talked a little bit about making stuff happen. That's the topic for today. I'm going to move around a little bit while I talk. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today, making stuff happen, and we're going to do that because, there we go, now I'm finding a nice, oh, it's so nice here. It's a beautiful day. We're going to talk about making stuff happen because today is the last day of doing these Facebook Lives on a daily basis. I'm still going to do Facebook Lives. You're not rid of me yet, but I'm still going to be doing Facebook Lives in this page, but not daily like I've been doing. So the enrollment for our course ends this evening at midnight California time, so now's the time to join. We are joining, so many people are joining. It's really fun. It's already the new group has its own personality, and it's interesting watching the different, I think each class is going to have kind of their own personality. And the first class we had a lot of glitches when we started, and they were so patient that we've grandfathered them into everything because they were so patient getting us off the ground, because we had lots of glitches getting started, and they were awesome. And they took a chance on us when it seemed like we might be just scamming them because we had so many problems with, are you real people or what's going on here? So, but they're a great group, and so they're kind of they're our big kids, and they're bringing in some new siblings now. And there's a haunter in the new group, Mickey. I think you're on this page. Woohoo! Is it Mickey or Mikey? I don't know. I only see it in print, so I'm assuming it's Mickey because Mickey Mouse stuff you told me about. But anyway, he's a haunter. I own or operate. I don't own it. A nonprofit haunted house, and that's a perk. So anyone who's in Southern California, you got to come out to the haunted house. In the fall, in October. Anywho, so it's fun to have another haunter in there. That's kind of cool. But the course is filling up, and we're having a great time getting everybody going in there, and still with the regular course. So, I mean, the first people that went there. I have my notes, that's what I'm looking at over here. So we wanted to talk a little bit because now we have a little bit of a time crunch in order to enroll with the class. We wanted to talk about making stuff happen, and we wanted to make sure that it had to do with the course, because we'd love to have you in there, and not with the course, because life, you need to make stuff happen in general anyway. So there are 3 things we're going to talk about in terms of making stuff happen. And so here comes Doug. So when we first we have another partner too, David, who you haven't even met yet. That's a whole nother, talk about Doug. At least you see Doug. You haven't even seen David. So we're talking about what we're going to talk about today, and he thought of procrastination, that's a good one. And then Doug was like, oh, that is a really good topic. Do we have to talk about it today? This is why Doug is my partner. I'm easily amused. I think it's really funny. Yeah. Yes, we have to talk about it today. Oh, now a car's starting. So we are going to talk about making stuff happen, and the first part of that is procrastination. And I have some theories about procrastination. Of course, there's many books, like ridiculous amount of books and topics and podcasts and whatnots that you can find about procrastination. So, you know, besides the just kind of if not now when, procrastination, I believe, has a lot to do with a few things. How's that for random? It has a lot to do with a few things. That's like saying, oh, I almost never do that. So anyway, procrastination, I believe, has a lot to do with fear. You have a fear of something, and so you're procrastinating doing it. And I think if you stop and embrace that fear, you embrace your procrastination in all levels, both with all the other reasons people procrastinate. But if you just embrace all those reasons, you embrace the fear of whatever it is that you are afraid of doing, and accept it and show it some love, I think it makes it easier to take the next step forward in anything that you're procrastinating on. And sometimes procrastination can be on things that are very important. And then there's other times where procrastination is actually just priority. I mean, I'm involved in a lot of nonprofits, and I need to be helping out with some things. One's waiting on me to build their website, another one I need to write some grants. And often I say, oh, I'm procrastinating on that. But really, this here, you are my priority, and so that's my priority. It's not necessarily a procrastination thing. So it's about accepting, oh wait, I'm embracing my procrastination, because some of it is not procrastination, some of it is prioritizing. So knowing the difference between whether or not you're procrastinating on something and whether or not you're prioritizing something, I think is very, very, very important. And I also think as a writer, that procrastination and writer's block are, sisters. They're twin sisters, and that writer's block has many different forms. So writer's block can be if you suddenly you gotta clean your refrigerator today. It's really it's grossing you out and you can't stand it anymore. And I don't mean just emptying out the food that's like meat cake. I'm talking about like you gotta just wipe down all the things and like take it apart, all that. That can be a form of procrastination, and it can be a form of writer's block. So if your story's not coming to you, then that can be a form of that, is cleaning and that kind of thing. And that's one of the pitfalls that we talk about in the course about working at home, is suddenly you really need to do the dishes. I mean, you do need to do your dishes, but it is, again, if you had a 9-to-5 job, you wouldn't be suddenly in the middle of the day doing your dishes. So something to think about. So that's kind of my thoughts on procrastination and writer's block and how they go together, and that if you just show it some love, then it becomes easier, and it becomes about prioritizing what's important to you as opposed to beating yourself up because you're procrastinating. I hope that makes sense. So then the other things that we're going to help you with, these next two things, there's 3 tips to making stuff happen. 3, my lord. Oh no, there's that joke again. The next 2 things will help you with procrastination or writer's block. And one is a thing called speed of implementation. And Doug, you'll tell me if you can't hear me, right? It just dawned on me that you might not be able to hear me. Is called speed of implementation. And I learned this from the genius man, Eben Pagan. He's an online marketer, and I'm a total geeky fan. Some people get all geeky about movie stars. I'm totally geeky about online marketers. He's a genius, this guy, and I love his style. He's really talks super methodical, and he gets his point across, and I'm just like, people are walking by, and I'm just like filling in the stuff in the middle. And he's just really, I've learned so much from him. He inspires me in a huge way. There's 3 people I'm geeking about: Eben Pagan, Amy Porterfield, who does online courses, who's amazing, and that's how we learned how to do this, and Dan Pilata, who's in the nonprofit world. And if you have not seen his How You Think About Charities is Dead Wrong on TED Talk, you need to watch that. So these are my geek, these are where I get geeky. And I got Dan Pilata, I stalked him on Facebook. No, I didn't, but I convinced him to do a public talk for us and for the why, and it was amazing. So anyway, those are my 3 geeky people. But I learned speed of implementation from Eben Pagan, and basically his thought is that most entrepreneurs, he does all these courses on entrepreneurs and money and marketing and selling a course, everything. And he talks about most people that accomplish what they want to accomplish, they have a speed of implementation, in that they decide that they're going to do something and they start on it. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you decide you're going to write a screenplay and today you write the whole screenplay. It means that you take a step. If something hits you, and I've been asking producers to get involved in this, and it's been interesting because if I'm not feeling it and I'm feeling kind of not in a good space, and I reach out to someone, it never quite works. But if I'm feeling the moment, that inspiration, that means something's happening there. And I believe in energy and all that stuff, and not to get too woo-woo on you, but if all that stuff comes together in one moment, that's when you act on it. If you feel good and you feel inspired and you act in that moment, I firmly believe things will happen because of that. So that's speed of implementation. If I slow down, I can speak a little bit better. I get excited. So that's if the thing that you have to do, they have a joke that we often say, leave me alone, I'm building my parachute, because many entrepreneurs, they jump out of the airplane and then they build their parachute on the way down. That is very much me. I'm always like, I'm building, stop. But Doug is very focused, and so that's why we're great partners, because I jump out of the airplane and then he tosses me the parachute. He goes, you forgot this. So speed of implementation is a close cousin to having balance and making sure that, you know, your ducks are in a row. So you definitely need to have both. And Doug's a great example of it, because, so he's gonna love that I told this story, but he's you know, in a restaurant, eating lunch, has French fry or whatever, dips it in his ketchup, and it's like, wow, this ketchup's really good. What does Doug do? Only Doug. He goes back to the chef in the kitchen and asks, you know, hey man, where'd you get this ketchup? Turns out the chef made it up. So now Doug is the proud owner of Kickin' Ketchup. Check it out, Kickin' Ketchup. It's a little bit spicy ketchup. It's ketchup though, it's not salsa. It's really, really good. So, and now he's started a company. That, my friend, is a really great example of speed of implementation. He liked it, thought of it, went, had Doug, you know, was he a ketchup manufacturer before that? Yeah, no, not even a little tiny bit. So he went and he figured it out how to do it. And we brainstormed a few times, and he has many friends that helped him brainstorm, and he figured it out and got it done. One of his many admirable qualities. Yay for Doug, and yay for Kickin' Ketchup. And if you haven't tried it, and yay for Kendra, because she's in there doing it too. So definitely check it out, but that is a great example of that. So that leads us to the third thing, which is next steps, the now of it. And I've been trying to think of an acronym for now, but I haven't quite got the O yet. So it's like never something waiting, or I don't know. I'm going to come up with one though and get it to you, but not to wait. You know, what are you going to do right now? So whether you're doing this course or not, this is something that when you hang up this phone, or when you click off your computer, or whatever it is that you're watching this on, or when you take your earbuds out. And if you're listening to me and your earbuds out, and with earbuds, you're amazing. You're totally amazing. I want to be the voice in your head. You can do anything. Okay. So, so if you are not doing something that's dangerous, like if you're driving, or if you've jumped out of an airplane right now and you've got me and I'm in your headphones, that'd be so cool. Don't do it. But if you are in a safe place, I'm such a mom, right? So if you're in a safe place when you're done with this call, I want you to write down 3 things that you are going to do today, that will move you to the next step of whatever you're working on. And it doesn't mean today I'm going to write my whole screenplay. I just mean 3 action steps. It can be, today I'm going to work at that character that's bothering me. Today I'm going to enroll in this course. Today I'm going to make that call. I'm going to call that person that I've been procrastinating on, or that I've been afraid to talk to, or whatever. Just take a breath, calm down, talking to myself now, and decide what are the 3 things that I want to do today. Visualize them, see them happening ahead of time, and get them done. So those are, those are kind of the 3 things of embracing your procrastination, understanding it, and the speed of implementation. You know, taking that step when you feel it, when the energy is right and you're feeling it, and then writing down your next steps, doing that, jumping on it, writing them down. So all of those have to do with, stuff that we're doing here, and of course it's inspired us because our course enrollment is closing tonight at midnight California time, so we're in the final stretches. And so if you're on the fence about doing this, just decide whether or not you want to invest in yourself, because I really feel like doing this is an investment in yourself. And I'm not trying to be like salesy and weird, because I invest in yourself. It doesn't have to be in our course, in whatever it is that makes your life easier and better and whatever. And I'm doing it too. I'm taking I have a coach that I'm working with for health reasons, and she's helping me. It's called Conscious Body by Design. Huge plug for her. She's amazing. And I did the same thing that you're doing. I got on her online course. I listened, online free stuff. I watched her for a while. I followed her on Instagram. I watched what she was doing. I really loved the stuff that she was doing. And finally, I did the one-on-one call with her. And even in that, I was like, oh, and then I did it. And best thing I've ever done. And she's been helping me in so many ways. And it was an investment for sure. And I was like, ooh, about it, but it's so worth it. And so, whether it's this course, whether it's not this course, take those moments, because to invest in your own future and invest in yourself, I think is really important. And we love what we're doing here. We're trying to make it reasonable, but it is the ground. You are on the ground floor right now. It's only going to get bigger and better, and maybe more expensive. I don't know. We're still kind of figuring that out. It is definitely our first class paid a little bit less than this class is paying, because we didn't have as much stuff in there, and now it's just growing so fast. It's really exciting. So, and we're in there a lot. We're in the, as you know, we're in the Facebook group a lot, the the Hollywood Gatekeepers page. When you join the course, then you're in the screen readers group, which we are in there even more in there, and now we're going to be even more as the course is starting to build up. And now that we're getting into mindset stuff and I'm kind of getting my rhythm of how to do these and everything, we'll be in there even more. So but as the course grows, it's going to be harder and harder for us to give that kind of one-on-one attention. So if you're able to do it, I mean, I really feel like now's the time, do it. But again, if not, whatever. I'm cool. We're cool. We just want you. We'll still be in here. We're still going to do, I'm going to start doing these topics. I'm going to keep doing this probably once a week at 1 o'clock here in this group. So we'll continue to do that on the Hollywood Gatekeepers Facebook page and in the Hollywood Gatekeepers Facebook group. And then, because I'm in with the screen readers the rest of the time. So I'm going to continue. I'm looking at my notes now. I'm going to continue to do that. I think I got it all. Yay! Yay! And if for some reason you can't afford it and you're just not in a place to do that, then the 3 action steps that you might take are how to get your financial house in order. And there's lots of free courses and podcasts out there. Tony Robbins, Dave Ramsey, Eben Pagan, they all have really good material out there about how to, you know, structure savings and how to figure out, because if you can't afford this course, I'm sure there's other things that you would like to do as well that are holding you back. And so that would be, you know, it might be your first priority, and that might be the thing you're procrastinating on. That might be the thing, money and fear or like this. And so those can really be tied together. And maybe if you're having trouble, stay in the group, and you know, if you can't afford it, stay in the group. We give away a lot of free information in here, and start taking these steps that we're teaching with screen reading and apply them to the financial world too. It transfers, it really does. All of this is all, you know, about life. And so that's one of the things that I love about it. So yeah, course is closing tonight, and then I will start being in here on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock after that. And then of course we'll still be making comments and whatnot on your posts. But definitely, if you haven't joined the mailing list, do that, because we give away stuff there. And if you have not joined that private Facebook group, make sure that you do that. It's Hollywood Gatekeepers. And I also have a link to enrollment, and on the enrollment page you can see what's in the course. It's about half of this stuff, maybe a little more than half now, because we've been adding of all the things that we're going to be putting in there. And right now people are starting to read their first screenplay from the first class, and they're starting to cover it and everything. And then we have a bonus project that's really exciting. I'll be meeting with the producer probably next week or maybe the following week to get that project going. And so he's given us exclusive rights to be able to take you along with us as we build that project, so you can read the script, which would be really interesting. I can't wait to see everyone's reactions to the script, because this is one of these projects that comes along very rarely, where it comes across your desk and there's a lot of problems with it, but there's a gem in there that's so great. And so I want to be able to train people how to find that gem when you could easily toss it aside. So kind of a long one today, sorry to ramble on, but I'm excited. I think these are some of the things I love to talk about, because if we can help you in your life in general, that makes it even sweeter. It makes it just even sweeter. So yeah, cool. So I will see you in the Facebook page, Mama Bear. We've had some people not behaving, so I've had to get rid of them, but and really not behaving, I don't mean like, we're pretty loose in there, so you have to be pretty awful and icky to not be able to be. We try to accept everybody. So yeah, keep giving us your questions. Keep on keeping on. Check out the course, check out the landing page. I really hope to see you in the Screen Readers group, because we're having a great time, and every day a few more people join, and we're really excited about this next class. So love doing these, love talking to you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. Bye.